Welcome back from the break, Ram fans, and to our brand new segment to end off Monday nights, Out of Pocket, where we'll discuss a sports take from one of us on deck and decide if it's valid or completely ridiculous. Plus, our CTV Sports Pick'em returns after a year off to pit us up against each other and keep track on who has the best game-by-game record by the end of the semester. And I can say right now, the person with the best record will definitely get some sort of prize. So with all of that being said, let's start things off with our out-of-pocket take. Cam, you don't think it's out of pocket to say that Jonathan Taylor could take home the MVP trophy from a non-playoff team and being a running back?
Let me start off by saying I do not think that he is going to take it home. I think he deserves to take it home. And that's two very different things. Jonathan Taylor, by far, was the best running back in the league this year. There's absolutely not debating that. By far, a top 5 offensive player in the league this year. I would put him at top 1, but some people would not. 1,811 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, led the league, 20 touchdowns in total, tied the league lead with Austin Eckler. He is the only reason the Colts even had a chance to make the playoffs. I won't talk about the Jaguars blunder to save any Colt fans some big agony. This is a quarterback award. That's all there is to it. The last time anything besides a quarterback won the award was Adrian Peterson in 2012. And at this point, you gotta either give the quarterbacks a separate award or you gotta figure something out because it's not fair. We're giving quarterbacks the award each and every year. I just don't like it.
You know what, Cam? I agree with you. I do think that he deserves MVP, and I'll tell you why. I mean, all of the stats that you brought up are completely valid. I mean, he did lead the league in rushing.
We gotcha.
Which, obviously that's a great stat. And also, you brought up the fact that he is the reason that the Colts made it as far as they did.
Absolutely.
And I think that MVP stands for most valuable player. And if you are a sole reason why your team is getting almost a chance to go to a postseason and your quarterback isn't even that good, that just shows how good you are as just everything. And so therefore I think he does deserve the MVP.
I know you guys aren't going to like this one, but we can confidently all agree that Aaron Rodgers will end up with the trophy, right? So with that being said, I want to know why you think that it should be switched from a quote-unquote quarterback award when they do have the largest impact on a team.
It's always going to be a quarterback from now on if we don't end up switching it. You know what I mean? It's just going to be quarterback after quarterback. It shouldn't be a revolutionary thing when a different position wins it. The last time a defensive player won it, Lawrence Taylor in 1986. That is blasphemy. You gotta get a defensive player as the MVP one of these years. That's absolutely unacceptable. That's all I gotta say about the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I can basically guarantee that JT won't be hoisting up the MVP trophy in a few weeks, but hey, I digress. Let's move on to our pick'em. Starting things off, we have our Rams hosting the Nevada Wolfpack tomorrow night down the road in Moby. ESPN FPI gives CSU a 85.3% chance to take the dub at home, and I'm totally loving that prediction. What do you two think?
I mean, for me, you got to look at it. Nevada's on a 2-game L streak, coming off 2 tough ones. You got to think about CSU and how much pressure they have every single game. This is not a CSU program that's used to success.
Yeah.
As hard as it is to say.
This is a school that's used to success.
Every time that they get another win, they get more national attention. They can lose any one of these games, as we saw in that Air Force game when they were struggling with Air Force, and they were losing 3 starters the first Air Force game.
Yeah.
Air Force was down 3 starters, and they struggled the first couple quarters.
In their defense, they hadn't played for a good 20-some days before that game. And as you saw, it clearly affects good teams, as SDSU lost with not even scoring 40 points to Boise State.
Yeah, bye weeks, same idea.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, though. I think that CSU is going to take this one. I don't think – obviously, CSU is a very strong team. They have gotten national attention. They moved up in the coaches poll. They're now 22, and they're 29 in AP poll voting. So obviously they're a good team, and Nevada just isn't as strong.
No, I think we can agree that if Nevada were to come into Moby Madness and actually keep up, we would be really surprised.
Yeah.
It would be, especially with the student turnout of last game. I mean, 3,844 students went to that game.
Crazy.
Biggest student turnout in history.
Crazy.
I think we do have to recognize the fact, though, that the Mountain West as a whole is a very underrated conference.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know, we're just going to have to wait and see. Like I said, any one of these games could be a struggle with how much pressure that these guys have on them each and every game. And moving on, we've got the AFC Championship game, which pits the Bengals against the team coming off an instant classic last night, the Kansas City Chiefs, who I have heading into their third straight Super Bowl. You guys agree?
I completely agree. You know, I said before the NFL season even started that the Chiefs were going to head to the Super Bowl once again, whether we like it or not. The Bengals, man, I love Joe Burrow. I love his energy. That man is contagious, but he just doesn't have what it takes to beat the Chiefs.
I mean, to be honest, it's a miracle the Bengals have made it this far. I mean, good for them. They won they hadn't won a playoff game in 31 years, and now they've won 2. So, but I mean, realistically, the Chiefs they're a much better team.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's a lot to say here.
I think people are sleeping on the Bengals, as they should be.
But you're
Not going to win this game. That's all I have.
well. And on the other side, for our last pick of the week, we have the NFC Championship, which marks round 3 for the Niners and the Rams over the course of the season. Let's keep this simple. I've got Matthew Stafford and the Rams in this one, and I have them going all the way. Here's why. 2 words. Von Miller.
Interesting words. Not the words I was expecting.
I gotta support him.
I mean, in the most unbiased way possible, not a big fan of the Niners right now. I think you guys know that, but I do agree with you. I think the Rams will take this one and see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Jimmy G is the most average quarterback in the league. Average quarterbacks don't get to Super Bowls and win games like this.
Yeah. And well, I guess we're all in agreement tonight. That's rare. And with that, that's all we have for you tonight, Rams. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful night.